All right, buyers, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Cassie Carey, your relocation specialist in Vienna, VA local, and I have moved all around. We've bought a bunch of houses, we've sold a bunch of houses, and today's video is for my buyers who are looking to buy in a competitive market. It has been a competitive market for the last 5 years, and one of the things, this is actually just a tip about buying, but not actually, it is related to real estate, but it's about the lending side. So oftentimes I get clients that ask me, hey, we want to shop around, how many lenders should we talk to? Should I use my big bank? Should I use our investment accounts? Here's the thing. You should absolutely do what is best for you. You can absolutely shop around and compare rates. What I will say is you want to do this homework before we're ready to write an offer on your house. And the reason that I say this is what tends to happen in a competitive market is I'm going to write an offer for you on your behalf and submit it to the listing agent. I actually rely on your lender to call the listing agent as well. Their job is to confirm that your financing is good, that we're going to close on this offer, like we're going to close on the house. There's not going to be any issues. And this may sound silly because you're like, well, why would we write an offer we can't close on? But the reality is sometimes it happens. Sometimes things happen in life and your finances change. If you never want to make a big purchase, right? You're not trying to buy a car after you start to put an offer on a house or you go under contract. You're not going to furnish it. You're not going to spend all that money. And also, what lenders are able to do is different. So lenders have different packages, different programs. So that's where you're going to see different rates. They're going to work through that with you. And I will say, yes, sometimes when you work with your investment company, they have historically done the lowest rates that I've seen, but they can't close on a property fast. And they also don't communicate with your real estate agent. They don't communicate with the listing agent. And so you want to be really careful that you ask the lenders in advance what their closing timeline is, how long it takes them for appraisals on average, how long for financing contingencies, and then how long for close. Because there are times that we write competitive offers that close as quick as 14 days. A big bank and investment bankers, they cannot close in that short of time at this moment. So we're in spring of 2026. I do see some of them getting faster, giving people an actual contact that they get to reach out to, but they don't move as quick as a local lender. And that will matter if you're writing a competitive offer on a house. If you need to close in less than 30 days, or if there's anything tricky about your finances at all, and you need to make sure that we can make it to closing in that short amount of time, all I'm saying is a general tip is to do the shopping for your lender before you're ready to buy the house, before you write your first offer. So you're like, we have our conversations, we do our buyer consult, I'll introduce you to local lenders. And then if you're like, okay, we still want to see what our bank is like or what this is like, we want to get different rates, totally hear you, do that work. And then once you decide, okay, this is the best option for us, this is the best option because it's a better rate or whatever that looks like, and their closing timeline looks like this, then that's what we use to structure our offer when we write. If a house is getting another offer that they have a 14-day close, but your guy or gal needs 30 days, we're going to have to talk about the other terms of the offer that can make you more competitive. So I'm only telling you this because what I have seen, and it's a little bit harder to help, is when you go under contract and then you shop around lenders. If you have a short window of time for your appraisal, let's say it's 14 days, the moment you ratify, your lender is going to order the appraisal the very next day. So if you're thinking, in order to get it back in the 14-day timeline, if you're ratifying and then the next day you're starting to shop lenders and it takes you a few days to figure it out, we might miss that appraisal deadline, or the financing deadline. And so we never want to put you at risk or your earnest money deposit at risk because you are shopping after going under contract. There's just so many deadlines in real estate that we have to abide by. We want to stay close to. And so all I'm saying is my tip today is, if you want to shop around for lenders, which is absolutely your right, do it before we write the offer. Please do it before we write the offer. It gets really tricky when you do it after we go under contract, and I just don't recommend it for your own protection. So have those conversations in advance. If you have questions, absolutely let me know. We can have complete open conversation about what makes a local lender better, or what are the terms of each person, how you're going to have to stay on top of the other lender if they won't communicate with me. So there's always a way for everything. We just want to know it up front so we have zero surprises. Zero surprises in real estate. Okay, if you have any questions, I'm Cassie Carey. I'm your relocation specialist right here in Vienna, VA, and I am helping families build wealth through real estate, through buying and selling in Northern Virginia. And I would love to help you. Send me a DM at Cassie Carey on Instagram, comment below, email me, Cassie@thecareycollective.com. You can also find us on our website, thecareycollective.com. Any way you want to find us, we're on every single platform. You can't miss us. We want to help you. Hopefully you'll follow along and keep watching other videos about how you can win buying and selling real estate here in Northern Virginia.